What's up, guys? Welcome back to your weekly Pinball Effects tournament videos. So today in this video, I want to talk about the Wolverine table we had from last week, the one ball challenge. I'll first give context about who created Wolverine, what he's all about, and his role in Marvel and popular culture. And then for next week, we're going to do a one ball challenge on Captain America. So I'm kind of sticking to tables, Marvel tables that are just about one character, because I think it's like easier to digest. And then I'm going to move on to the other Marvel tables like the Avengers and Infinity Wars, stuff like that. So, but in other news, I've already told you that the Elvira table is coming on the 16th, but tomorrow on Zen Studios channel, they're going to announce another Williams table as part of their 25-year anniversary. So that will be cool because it's another Williams. So we are spoiled here, and I can't wait to see what that is. I'm just hoping it's something cool. I mean, it's a Williams table, right? You can't go wrong. But I'm really looking forward to the Elvira table. I think that will be a great, kind of spooky table aside from like Monster Bash. But I hope in the future maybe Bram Stoker's Dracula gets added in at some point. I think that would be a great table. But let's talk about Wolverine, right? So a lot of people, even if you've never watched like, X-Men, or you don't even watch movies, I think a lot of people have this idea who Wolverine is. Just the name, right? It stands out. Wolverine. It's kind of like a wolf and a marine put together, right? So Wolverine first appeared in the Incredible Hulk comic as a cameo in 1974 in the 180th issue of that comic. So we talked about that comic in the last video, which was the comic where basically Hulk, the character, was introduced. I think also in 1974. But Wolverine was fully introduced the same year in the following issue of the comic. So he was introduced as a cameo, and then he was introduced fully in the following issue back in 1974. So creators include Len Wein, who was the writer of the character, Roy Thomas, the art director, John Romita, who was the costume designer, and Herb Trimpe, who designed the full appearance. So you have a lot of people working on one character. It's not just the same person doing the storyline, the backstory, the artwork. It's a lot of different people coming together to create this one character. So it's a team effort, right? Wolverine was originally supposed to be a Canadian superhero. He was meant to be like small, feral, and tough. Because a lot of Marvel characters at this time were like larger than life heroes like the Hulk. So I guess Marvel wanted to create something a little different. So that I found that pretty interesting. A little caveat there. In his early roles, Wolverine was introduced as an adversary for the Hulk. But later joined the mutant team that we know as X-Men in the first issue of Giant Size X-Men from 1975. So let me now give you a little background to the Wolverine. He had a mutation that manifested itself out of trauma as a sickly child, where his bone claws emerged and he discovered his ability to heal and regenerate. He then took on the name Logan and lived a life fighting in both world wars as a soldier and spy and a drifter. He was then captured by the Canadian government, their secret program called Weapon X, that bonded adamantium onto his skeleton and claws, and later would get the name Wolverine as we know him today. So adamantium is one of the things that I remember most about Wolverine. It's this fictional metal that is virtually indestructible and cannot be reshaped after it hardens. So I think that's a pretty cool kind of, background story about this character is this like adamantium, this fictionalized metal, right? Kind of sounds like titanium. His real name is James Logan Howlett. Uh, he has regenerating and healing factors, enhanced senses and instincts like an animal. We talked about his adamantium coated skeleton and retractable claws. Everyone knows the claws, right? Now, personality wise, Wolverine is a bit of a loner and not so much a team player, and struggles to control his violent nature and gruff personality. So he does have an interesting story, an origin story. He's got this interesting personality as a loner, and he seems like he has a lot of backstory, right? Being in the both world wars, being a spy and a soldier. So you can kind of see like he's this mutant that has all these powers, but he's also like a human. And I think that's kind of like a famous archetype, right? In a lot of like Marvel characters, it's like they're humans still. A lot of the X-Men are still kind of human in some ways, but they're also these mutants. And you have that mutant versus, hero sort of trope. Now, talking about his legacy, in comics, he became one of the most popular and recognizable X-Men, and even had his own solo series called Wolverine, from 1982 by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller. In the late 80s, in the Weapon X series, you see the origin of his adamantium core. In 1991, his solo comic series continued, lasting for over a decade, and he even appeared in cartoons such as X-Men the Animated Series, which ran from 1992 to 1997. I used to have a VHS tape of a couple episodes of that cartoon. I thought it was really cool. I only had one though, but I think I used to, because I never had cable back then, so I remember buying that VHS tape and just watching it over and over. But it would be cool to see maybe to rewatch that series. And so you have Hugh Jackman portrays him in X-Men films from the early 2000s to 2017. And also there's a movie called Logan from 2017. So Hugh Jackman is pretty much Wolverine, right? He's the quintessential. He's become Wolverine in real life. He kind of looks like him, and even on this table, Marvel Wolverine, you can kind of get that likeness on the playfield. You see Hugh Jackman, right? There's been a lot of films where Wolverine has appeared. X-Men X2, X-Men United, X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Origins. And most recently, Hugh Jackman reprised his role as Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine from 2024. He's also been a playable character in games like Marvel vs. Capcom and X-Men team games like X-Men Children of the Atom from 1994. There was also an X-Men video game that he was in from 1993 that appeared on the Sega Genesis. I remember my cousin playing that. I think each stage you could be a different X-Men, because I remember him playing as Gambit at one point. And he's also a playable character in Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. Even in pinball, he has a legacy. In Stern's X-Men LE, there is a limited edition Wolverine table where he is on the back glass. That table was from 2012, I think. So Wolverine is kind of like, this, I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but, University of Michigan, their mascot is the Wolverines, right? And their colors are blue and yellow, which is basically the colors of Wolverine, right? But you can even, he's just so iconic as a character. It's almost like if you would ask anyone today, who's Wolverine? They know who he is, right? They probably know Wolverine as a character more than if you ask them who is who was a certain singer or something. That's how iconic he is. It was interesting to, to read about his character and his creation. I like the fact that he was basically introduced the same year as Hulk. So a lot of these popular characters are kind of introduced, close to each other. But speaking about this table in our one ball challenge, I thought this table was pretty good for one ball. I liked the regenerative ball that you could get to keep the ball in play. That was really good for a one ball challenge. You had that spinning disc in the middle when he recalls his memories. You have an extra third flipper. I love the Sentinel bumper caps. Those were a nice touch. And you have combo shots. And even at one point, there's a claw that comes from the back glass that drops the ball. This table I was playing on a 3-ball, and I was able to go for a long time. And I think a lot of these Zen Originals, these Marvel games, are meant for really long sessions of play. They're a little on the easier side. So, you kind of have to play them for a long time if you want to really score high and kind of, play the modes, get to know the modes. There was this, at one point when you're fighting Sabretooth, you have to hit the saucer, and then the saucer will eject a jump ramp, which you have to hit the drop targets. So if you knock down all the drop targets during that mode, I think you defeat Sabretooth. And Sabretooth and Wolverine are kind of like arch nemesis. They're like me and Balchi. But yeah, so pretty decent table for a one ball challenge. It had pretty nice artwork, call outs, music, and yeah, I mean, I think it's sort of on the same level of the previous table we did, Marvel's World War Hulk. So now let's look at the leaderboard here. So it was a closed tournament, and we had pretty much all our regulars, right? 11 people. And in first place, congratulations to Gapvik. Congratulations and jubilations. I don't know why I'm singing that, but congratulations, Gapvik, for your 116 million points in first. That is wow, because I am still playing on the 3-ball, and I'm at like 32 million now. And that was with like 2 extra balls, because you can get a couple extra balls on the actual table, the classic mode. So 116 million for one ball is phenomenal. Congratulations to you, Gapvik. Second place, UTD 4000 with 71 million points. Nice to see UTD in the top 3. We have third place, my friend Jabba, with 31 million points. So Jabba's been playing a lot of Marvel tables. I think he told me he recently purchased a lot of the Marvel packs on Pinball FX because they've been on sale. So he's been enjoying those, which is cool. We have fourth place, my friend Urko of 1945 with 24 million points. Fifth place, Carpy-san with 23 million points. A million below Urko, so very close, fourth and fifth. In sixth place, we have my friend Johnny Sev with 17 million points. Shout out to Johnny. And in seventh place, my arch nemesis, King Balchi 100 with 13 million points. So King Balchi has kind of fell off the list here. He's usually in the top 3. But maybe this table was just not his thing. Maybe it was a little harder for him. Who knows? In eighth place, we have Genu Wines. I like that ghost avatar there. That's pretty cool, with 12 million points. I came in ninth with 10 million. I had 3 attempts left, but I couldn't finish. There was like an hour left, so I couldn't use them all. But in 10th place, we have Bad Jack Daniels with 7 million points. And in 11th place, MK with 3 million, close to 4 million points. So thank you to everyone who joined in our weekly one ball. Now let's go and let's create a tournament on Captain America. So Captain America is another interesting one. He's a solo character, and he also probably has an interesting storyline, an arc. It's going to be a public one ball, unlimited attempts, 6 days. 6 days unlimited one ball challenge. Let's go. So here we are. Here is the link, the string for the tournament, the ID, and let's give this a whirl here. So I think the Pinball FX Pinball Bites episode's tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that.
We've got a job to do.
I like this table because it's kind of like, it's not, look at that, it's got a horseshoe with a captive ball. That's pretty, I love like mechanics like that. The design of this table almost reminds me of like, you know, an actual Stern table. I think that's why I wanted to do it. See, there's the bumpers. Love the sound effects. Come on. Okay, that was just a warm-up.
Soldiers, we're outgunned. I fight to win or die trying.
And you have the extra third flipper here as well. I think it's probably a little more difficult than Wolverine and World War Hulk. Oh, that was cool. We got ball save? Oh, we got left kickback. Okay. Enter the castle. Oh no. What's going on here? Zemo's death ray? Shoot the bumpers and spinners, okay. Where's the spinner? Oh, it's in the right orbit. Okay. Oh, okay, so... Okay. Okay, how many seconds do I have left? Is it on a timer?
It'll take more than your little ray gun to keep me down.
Okay, what do I hit now? The saucer? Oh yeah, let's go. What do I do? Follow the lit lanes, that's all I know. There's one. Come on now. Gotta hit that ramp. There we go.
Take a closer look at your death ray.
Okay, now it's the left ramp here. A lot of combos. Oh. Oh.
Ball locked.
Okay, ball lock. Did I win that mode?
to find the commando team.
Search for the members. Okay. Keep searching. No, kickback. Right orbit. $37.
It's an ambush.
Whoa, what is this? Oh, this is cool. Oh man, I want to play that mini game.
They're more prepared than I expected.
Kickback. Enter the castle. Sparring, Red Skull, okay. Little boxing match here. Lit lanes. Okay, I see where it is.
Too slow.
Pow. It's a little it's like a lever. Okay, captive balls lit. Oh, come on, man.
Not so tough, are
I
you?
think that was a good run though, actually. One mission failed, let me retreat. 3 million just for starting, I think. Well, guys, excuse me.
Soldiers, we're outgunned.
Thanks for watching this episode of our Pinball Effects tournaments. Hope you enjoy Captain America, and I'll see you next one. Take care.